Hey y'all, welcome to Cat's Hobby Corner.
Hey guys, so check out, y'all see the little green parts? I am hoping those are baby lemons. I believe so. So where it's pollinated seems to be where those are coming in at. So we're gonna keep an eye out. Let's see, do I see any more? There's something right there. We're gonna keep an eye out and check the lemon tree's progress, but I do believe still got a lot of buds on it. The pink are buds, so we'll be watching. Oh, there's one over there too. Let's see. Man, this is exciting. Something's always growing. Okay guys, I was inspecting my sunflowers, and this one, it's actually smaller than my other 6. This is the first 2 I did, and then those are the last 2 down there. But this in the middle had a little struggle. But check this out. Guys. There is another sunflower growing out the bottom of this sunflower. I have never seen that before. It is growing out the base. It's attached to the plant like a additional limb growing out from, and that's definitely a sunflower. Wow. I've never seen that before. This one's only about, let's see, I'm 5'4", so this one's about maybe 5'7". Yeah, this one's about 5'7". But the others, they have to be about 10 feet at this point. Hey guys, good morning. Let's get a tour out the way. It is Juneteenth. Happy Juneteenth to all y'all. Let's start at this table. Things are still going okay. I'm actually growing some more corn, and these are some little corn seeds I'm growing, trying to keep them alive. My basil tower or herb tower is doing okay. Everything's still pollinated. We had a big thunderstorm last night. This is the stevia plant. This is its second night outdoors. And this morning when I came out, it's looking okay. Things are looking okay. So I imagine it's hardening itself off. Still keep checking. Oh, that's a broken leaf, so I need to pull that off. But it's doing okay. So as long as it can acclimate itself to the outdoors, we should be good. Y'all, this is my first, looks like, successful baby strawberry plant that I harvested off of my strawberries. I immediately put it into some soil when I saw the little roots sticking out and watered it. Of course, we had a lot of rainwater last night, so this was drooping all the way down, but it seems to have picked up a bit. So we're gonna keep our fingers crossed that I'm able to start some new strawberry babies off the runners. All right, guys, let's do a quick tour off the deck. All right, y'all know our cage is doing okay. We got corn coming up. And for some reason, some of these were triggered early to start their thistles. And I don't know why, but they started thistles early before they even got developed. Now these that have not, they seem to be doing fine. And of course, that one there in the middle is becoming our head pupil. It's doing what it's supposed to do. So hopefully these others will do what they're supposed to do, but I don't know. We'll keep watching them. Our okra is finally starting to show through, and it is doing well. I did put some fish emulsion on it the other day, and I think that helped kind of boost it to go ahead on and start springing out. So glad to see that. Our potato box, as y'all can see, this first box here is our red golds, and all the leaves are dying back. And I was told that when the leaves start dying, that usually means the potatoes are ready. But they also advise that when this happens, give it one more month to make sure everything is what it needs to be. So that's what we're doing. So I think the Kennebecs would have been ready, I guess, like I said, here when the leaves died, but we're going to give this another month just to make sure. The Kennebecs back there are still doing fine. I'm going to add a little bit more dirt to the box. These are, the red golds back there are still doing fine. Here are our Kennebecs. And are these flowers? Yeah, those are flowers. I'm gonna have to research that, but this is definitely the Kennebec. And I think I can add a little bit more soil, and hopefully it won't tear up the box. And we have another box of Kennebecs here, and I definitely need to add some soil to these as well. So our potatoes are doing good from the outside. Mama Blackberry is hanging in here. Y'all know we had to detangle her roots and get her back in the soil. But I will say, everything seems to be doing well. She is thriving now, even with a little new growth down at the base. So I am happy to see that progress. Next, we have the two blackberries that we purchased from the Home Depot. They were both basically brown sticks and dead when we purchased them, but I'm happy to say they have come back very well. And I don't think I'll get any berries out from this summer, but I'm just glad to see them growing. In this pot, I had just dirt sitting here, so I decided to add some squash. And as you can see, the squash is coming in. Also took this additional pot that originally had our blueberries in it that we had bought at the Home Depot, and for some reason this squash is also coming in just fine in this pot. So we'll see what happens. Alright, moving right along on our tour. Here is our tomato bin. These are our compost tomatoes that we rescued, and as you can see, everybody's doing fine now. It's probably going to run out of room soon, but for now, all the plants pretty much are doing well. Alright, here are our grapevines. And guys, I think this is the perfect spot for them because look at all this new growth. This, when I put this on here, it was just a stick. And now, look at all that, here, 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 and we've got new growth going out that way. It has grown across, and it's starting to come up the trellis, so there's a lot going on here. So we need to just keep doing what we're doing with this. And that's y'all know I told y'all I put some sunflowers on this back row too, but they're not as proliferant as the big one up there. But hey, they're here. So we have those. We have the asparagus, which is doing fine. And down here we have our Kentucky Wonder pole beans. As y'all can see right now, everything seems to be doing well. So we're just keeping an eye on it. We added a little bit of fertilizer to the wood chips above it, so that when it rained, they would get a nice little feeding. So all of these seem to be doing well. Over here we have our black eyed peas, and this box is just now looking like it's starting to take off. So we're gonna keep an eye on it, but we've got this trellis here that they should be able to grow up on. So hopefully it will do that, and we'll get some extra black eyed peas. Two more sunflowers down here on the end here. Y'all know I told y'all we had planted originally sweet peas along here, and y'all saw me remove the other one because it was dying. But check this out. This one that was looking almost dead is now having a resurgence, and it is trying to grow. So we are letting it, and we'll see if it grapples on and gets us some more sweet peas. I'll be happy. But in the meantime, I did go ahead and plant some more Kentucky Blue Wonders along here. And as you can see, some of the seeds have gestated and they are starting to come in. Let me help this pole get wrapped up. Stay connected to the pole here. There we go. It's funny the way nature just grabs on and pulls itself up. Right. Get the second on the table. Alright guys, here is our broccoli and cauliflower beans. Guys, this thing is showing out. Y'all know I cut a head off about a week ago, and now that head that we cut off now has side shoots. Y'all see these side shoots? Little broccoli shot side shoots. I'm trying to see how big they'll get before I cut them. But we also got this good size one here in the middle. I think it's time I need to go ahead on and cut that one, harvest that one. And I need to get some of these leaves. We've got so many leaves here. Up, and we've got another one over there coming in, broccoli crown. And we've got one over there. So this broccoli is doing really well here. I grew it here last year, and I am pleased with the results. I had originally put my squash down here, but that one died, this one died. But this one seems to be flourishing, so we're gonna keep an eye on it. I may end up moving it someplace else. But for now, it seems to be thriving, so I'm gonna leave that crookneck squash alone. In these two boxes, we removed the spinach, and we planted bell pepper. And let's see if I see any. I see very little tops coming in what look to be bell peppers, but I'm gonna give it a little bit more time. But I definitely see what looks like some of the little tops. So anyway, hopefully we'll get our bell pepper in this box and in that second section right there. We still don't have anything in the section up top. Here is our blackberry, the one that was in the ground, and we are just still watching it and letting it do its thing and grow. Collard greens, and y'all know we're letting that collard green that came back from last year go to seed. So we'll be able to open these pods once they all get dried out. Like that one looks like a good one. Once they all get brown and dried out, we'll be able to harvest the seeds and have more collard green seeds. And these collard greens have done well. Actually, most of these, some of these were from our seeds from last year. This is also where we removed the spinach, but we let a few of them stay because they were going to seed, and I want to see if we can get some spinach seeds from these. So I'll let y'all know how that process goes. But in the meantime, I planted a few more collard greens here, and I do see where a few little greens are coming in. So we'll have a few more collard greens here. This is our black eyed peas little row. This year, I'm going to let them do the cattle panel, but they provide a lot of shade once they cover the cattle panel. So that was why I put those collard greens there, because that shade would allow them to go longer into the season, although they're technically a cold weather plant. So our black eyed peas are starting to grow in, and once they get big enough, they'll grab onto this trellis, and we'll see what happens. More collard greens. This is a transplant. I don't know what this is. I'm not sure if it's a collard green or if it's a broccoli, but it was over underneath my raspberry, and so I dug it out and we brought it over here and put it in the ground just to see if we could prolong it. So I'm glad that it survived that transplant. I need to do another harvesting, although I did a harvesting a few days ago. I'll be back out here today to harvest some more. More collard greens. Now these three along here are actually cabbages that I transplanted from over there when I was harvesting cabbage the other day. They just need a little bit more leg room, and we just had this big rain, so I'm gonna have to get out here and spray with my diatomaceous earth to make sure they don't start getting bugs eating on them too bad. I can see where a few bugs have tried to get them since the rain washed off my formula, but everything else is looking good and holding its own. Y'all know we've been fighting with these carrots. And now I'm intrigued once I saw some of them trying to go to seed. And actually, I found out these could be coming off of only 1 or 2 carrots, because they usually can have up to 8 to 9 limbs that come off 1 carrot that goes to seed. So someone said that when carrots go to seed, it almost looks like old antique lace, and it really does, y'all. It really looks like antique lace. So as the process goes, they go here, and then they get big and they spread out. Let me see if I can show y'all one without falling. They get big and start to spread out. And in actuality, I saw one guy talking about these. Once this turns brown, this will turn brown just like everything else. Once it dries and turns brown, you'll be able to shake the seeds off and rub them off into a paper bag, a brown paper bag. And once you sift away the little dry parts around it, you'll have your seeds. So I'm eager to do this. These are kaleidoscope carrots. But honestly, I've only been able to pick a few that came out looking like carrots. Most of the ones that I have picked, they did not do well in this area. And my husband said probably because the soil is so clayey, they may not be able to grow straight down. So what I'm thinking is I'll probably need to put them in a bucket, probably around fall when I try to do this again. So, but for now, these are all the different stages. They began to grow this, and then that becomes this, and then it becomes like one of the big ones you saw, like this one spreads out, and then this turns brown, and when this turns brown, we can harvest it. I might check a little later, see if I see any carrot tops coming out the ground, but I haven't really seen anything. All right, here is our cabbage. We did suffer a lot of damage, bug damage over here before I was able to rein it in. But after that, they've been doing pretty good. Everything else has been fine. more spring than normal, and then I moved some of them around to give them a little bit more space. But everybody seems like they're doing good, and we've been harvesting cabbage leaves just so for dinner, which is really good. So I really enjoy these cabbage leaves. Right here next to the broccoli, we have our lettuce patch. Now this lettuce is getting ready to go to seed, so I got one more harvest like this, just it's getting ready to flower. So I'm definitely gonna need to take off all that down there. It's kind of like a romaine down there. This is a little gem. This is like the kind you sometimes see on your hamburgers. So I harvested some of it the other day, but I'm gonna finish harvesting it today, and we'll take down this salad section because like I said, it's too warm. Since it's all going to seed, we need to go and remove it, and we can put something else here. Our apple tree is doing well. It's just amazing to see these things growing inside these socks. Now I was told they would get pretty big, about as big as your hand. I don't know, but I'll take whatever I get. Just the fact that I got them is all that matters to me at this particular point. And this sock method, now that's a good size. I'm gonna check that one out. Almost looks as big as a lemon. But we still have until September or October for these to actually be ready. So, all right, moving right along. Here is our bell. Oh, and this is referred to as a red delicious apple tree. That's what it was sold as. This is a Bell of Georgia peach tree. As you can see, I still got some staging going on. I told y'all about the little disease infestation we had earlier on the edge of the leaves over there, and the leaves were dying. And I got worried because it said it wouldn't affect the fruit, but you never know. So we treated these leaves, and all the dead ends did fall off, and it survived. But I'm not sure if it affected the fruit or not. The fruit still feels firm. It's small though, so we'll have to wait and see. I need to check the time frame of when these might be ready. But we also added a bucket down here. Y'all know I told y'all I started that method with my apple tree, adding a bucket at the base to make sure some water gets captured to go down slow release into the ground. So other than that though, tree seems to be doing well. Here is our Santa Rosa plum tree, and it's doing well. It has not blossomed this year, but I figure it's probably just early. So it's doing well. All right, guys, here's my raspberry section. Now I needed to get a little order over here, so we added these little ties to keep everything up off the ground so that we could maintenance and keep it taken care of. So far I've been able to harvest about 3 raspberries off this original vine, but all these others, they're not old enough, so that's why they didn't grow anything. But the canes that came from last year that were brown, that's where these came from. So I do have a few that I've harvested, and they were sweet and really good. All right, we're almost done with the tour. I'm gonna have to check. This is my garlic bin, and as y'all can see, some of these I'm not sure if they're done or what, but they are trying to fall over on me. I'm gonna leave them growing, but I'm hoping it's just something that happens. Now the onions that we planted in the back are doing fine. I'm glad I direct seeded these into the ground because it has not been successful doing it in pots. Alright, moving on to tomatoes. Guys, we planted originally beefsteak tomatoes over here and Arkansas Travelers. I've had a few of them come up. Now this one here, I have to remind people, this was a tomato plant that I rescued from the compost, and I know for a fact it's going to be cherry. cherry, I believe cherry tomatoes. So we're not really watching this one so much as we're watching these others back here that are starting to flourish, that I hope are either our Arkansas red travelers or our beefsteak. So we'll see. I'm waiting for them to get their flowers. Our turnip green bean is doing well. I keep cutting this big sucker down because it keeps trying to go to seed because it's so warm out here. We're gonna cut that off, but I need to do a harvesting of these turnip greens today. Yeah, I need to do a harvesting. So let me get out here and get that done. Our strawberry patch is back up and flowing. I harvested 2 big red strawberries out of here yesterday, and I see we've got more coming in. So we are watching this strawberry patch as it continues its journey. I don't know if y'all can see that one down through there. It's hard to see. Our ones that we were growing in the back, the new transplants that came in, they're doing well. And last but not least, we have our blueberries. And as I told y'all, we did have some of the blueberries pollinate. And actually, the only thing I'm waiting for is for them to turn blue. They're supposed to turn like a royal blue color. So I'm waiting for that. So that's why I have not picked any of these. They still look a little sage color, greenish to me. So whenever, and sorry y'all, that's my my mold repellent over there in the corner. We use these in our garden box because we had several attacks when we first started gardening in these boxes, but I haven't had any since. So I believe they're doing their job. But yeah, as soon as these turn blue, I think they'll be ready to harvest. So I'm just really pleased that I got just a few on one of my bushes. These blueberry bushes actually can get as high as 3 feet tall. So we got our fingers crossed that we can maintain them and maintain the soil levels and successfully get those. I'm all sweaty, but thanks for watching. Hey guys, thanks for visiting Cat's Hobby Corner. Be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button so you'll get the content as we put up new videos. The channel's growing and it's all because of you. Thanks again.